Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Parker's Podcast. It's been a little bit since I've recorded a podcast, so I thought I would jump in here with another episode. And I am getting to use my external microphone that I had at Accordance. When I departed Accordance, I got to keep the microphone, so at least the audio quality will be nice and clear moving forward, and I don't have to rely on the onboard mic on my computer. So in this episode, I want to take a moment and discuss my relationship with Bible software because I've had numerous questions from people, and I want to just take a moment and clarify and answer some of those questions that I've received. Now that I've departed Accordance and am no longer there, I've been spending a lot of time on the Logos forums lately, so people have asked me, well, are you still using Accordance now that you're really interacting on the Logos forums? Has there been some big 180 with you where you've just jumped all in with Logos? I've had some seminaries that have looked at my resume that may potentially bring me aboard as adjunct professors in the future and said, well, our seminary uses Logos. You used to work for Accordance, so do you know how to use Logos? And so there's been a lot of questions circling around that people have been asking me about, and I would like just to take a moment and answer those. So first of all, I just want to go back to when I first started using Bible software. I've been using Bible software in some form pretty much most of my life. I started off with some of the cheaper Bible software. I think my first Bible software package was one called like Bible Library Suite that was like $20 at Office Depot. I've used some of the free Bible apps in the past. I used eSword at one time and have donated to it and have used it off and on throughout the years. I've used YouVersion's Bible app and donated once to it. I still use YouVersion's Bible app for Bible reading plans and for prayer requests that I want to share with friends, and still find it to be a useful app there. Plus, I check in on the verse of the day. Additionally, I've used some of the standalone Bible apps in the past. There was one time I had one that was I can read the Bible in Hebrew. I used Illumina. I went through Illumina Gold and then the Gold Parents Teachers Edition. And then when they transitioned to the Glow Bible app, I had used those in some format over the years. I used PC Study Bible when Charles Stanley had the Spiritual Growth series in it. I even did upgrade my PC Study Bible version, I think, to version 5 or 6 to have a newer version on the machine. I don't even know if BibleSoft is still in business or not. I've used some other standalone Bible apps. Charles Stanley had a Living the Extraordinary Life standalone Bible app. There was other standalone Bible apps like that I had used, and some other free Bible apps that were out on the Mac at one time. And during my brief stunt on Linux, I used, I think it was Sword Project and a few of those Bible apps as well. I also have used Sword Searcher as well in the past. In fact, I still have a copy of Sword Searcher that I run on a Windows virtual machine. Because I still find that it really excels at searching the King James Bible. It uses no AI, no subscriptions, and super affordable app. But it really shines when searching the King James Bible. It can find related phrases. It can give you how the results of how many verses are with the particular words or phrases before you even run the search, which I found very intuitive. I feel like Brandon's done a fine job with Sword Searcher, and I still keep it around. I wish that Logos and Accordance would learn from some of Sword Searcher's really unique features and implement them across all Bible translations in their apps. Never really got into BibleWorks. I had thought about investing in it. At that time, I was investing more in Accordance, and so by the time I had the ability to consider investing in BibleWorks, they ceased business operations. So the majority of my Bible software investments on the main platforms were either Logos, Accordance, or WordSearch, which is now, of course, merged with Logos. Never really got into Olive Tree. I dabbled in the free side of it. On QuickVerse, I had used a few QuickVerse editions. I think I used QuickVerse 4 and QuickVerse 6 and maybe 2007 or 2008, and a few of the newer versions with it. And I even had QuickVerse running on my Mac at one time, but never really heavily got into it. It was just mainly at the time where I had some additional step books in QuickVerse that I would open them up in Word Search. I went through a lot of these Bible software transitions over the years, so I remember the Word Search transition from Word Search 5 to 7 when it went from step to cross, and I did use Bible Explorer during that time, and Bible Navigator from Lifeway, so I'd use those. I had played around with Instaverse, and I remember when QuickVerse merged under Word Search, and they built a version of QuickVerse that was the cross reader, and then when Word Search was taken over by Lifeway, and then eventually merged with Logos. I don't have a legacy copy of Word Search around anymore. I've allowed all of that to migrate under Logos, but heads up to the Logos team, I still would love to see a replacement for ZipScript. It's a little bit more than your Copy Bible Verses feature in Logos. So if you can deliver me that coming up, I would really appreciate it. Love what you've done with the Bible Study Builder as a replacement for Lesson Maker in Word Search, and really glad that is out. I know Morris Proctor would have loved to have seen it because he was a big Logos Lesson Builder fan as well years ago when Logos offered that. With Logos, I started out on the Logos library system with the Charles Stanley Electronic Bible Study Library. Then my first foray into Libronics was with eBible and the Locato LifeWorks library. I also invested in some eBible packages, some of the Logos Bible Software Series X packages. I did the Starter Library, I did AMG Bible Essentials, the New American Standard Library. Really jumped in on Scholars Library Silver, and then went Gold and Platinum and Diamond over the years. And I was there when Logos 3 was launched, and then the transition to Logos 4 and onward. And my biggest library is in Logos, and I am, in terms of, I guess, all of the Bible software platforms, I'd say probably used Logos the longest. Word Search would have been the second longest, because there was a time when I had a computer that could not run Libronics, but could run Word Search 5 decently. So those were the two that I had really used there. And then, of course, I've been through all of the major versions of Logos. It's transitioned to a subscription now. Its previous subscription efforts were Logos Now, Faith Life Connect. I went through the whole Logos Mac ordeal as well there. Plus, I became a full-time Mac user around 2006. I started dabbling with Accordance about that time because my former pastor, who was he went and became a Greek professor at New Orleans Seminary. He had moved to a Mac and went all in on Accordance, and so especially when Logos Mac was delayed for a time, and I was also on a PowerPC Mac at the time, I had dabbled in Accordance. Really took the plunge for it during Accordance 10 during my time in seminary, because both of my professors, my Greek and Hebrew professors, were all in on Accordance, and so I wanted to train on the same tools they had, and so I'd also built up a pretty good Accordance library as well. And on training, I was pretty much an expert on both major Bible apps plus Word Search as well. So with Logos, I'd watched a lot of Morris Proctor's videos over the years. I did attend a Camp Logos once when he was at my Bible college and got to meet him in person. I had an MP Seminars subscription off and on over the years. Right now I've let it lapse due to financial constraints. I've also attended a lot of John Fallahy's Learn Logos webinars as well, and I've owned all of his training bundles over the years and watched a ton of his videos as well. which has been excellent training and a great brother in the Lord. I miss Morris Proctor, but I do like the work that Josh Rowe and his team has been doing moving forward there. On Word Search, I had attended a lot of Linda Perry's webinars when she was working there, and the Word Search team there, I was a Perks member, and their trainer had also given me some personal training, and I attended a lot of those webinars there. At Accordance, I had attended a lot of their webinars back when they were taught by Rick Mansfield, Mark Allison, Linda Perry, Richard Perry, Don Gillis, David Lang. All of them. Really miss David Lang as well, and really learned how to use Accordance from them, as well as Dr. J, of course. I enjoyed his webinars and watched a lot of his podcasts over the years. He has some fabulous podcasts. And so all these people did help me to train well in Bible software. And in Bible college and seminary, my Bible colleges and seminaries pretty much ran on Logos. So those were, that was the platform that I had used and built up my largest library on and spent the bulk of my time learning and using in seminary. I had a couple of professors occasionally at Bible college that were big on Word Search because they were pastors. And so that also kept me in Word Search and using that app during some of those preaching courses. Especially there was one that was the author that had his books published in Word Search. And so I had spent some quality time there. Like I said, during seminary for my biblical languages training, I did all of that on Accordance because my professors were all in on Accordance and heavy Accordance users. And so that's when I really took the plunge on Accordance. So this is where I've been at over the years with my whole use of Bible software in general and my relationship with Bible software. So briefly, I want to talk about my Accordance job, and then now post-Accordance, what am I doing moving forward? So as I was nearing the end of my PhD program and getting ready to complete my PhD dissertation and graduate from the program, I was looking for some job opportunities so that I could venture into a career that would be useful for my biblical training. And one area that I thought about looking into was Bible software, since I knew Bible software very well. And at the time, Word Search was already merging with Logos, so that was no longer an option. And then at the time, Logos was not hiring, but Accordance was hiring. And since I knew both Bible software apps well, when I was offered a position at Accordance, I took the position and got to serve there for a few years as a marketing and training specialist for Accordance. I'm thankful for my time there. I'm thankful for the time I got to spend with my now ex-colleagues, and thankful for the time I got to spend serving the Accordance user family. The marketing, the training, the work that I put in there, and the service that I put in there. I'm thankful for that opportunity, and I believe that I did my best job during my time there, serving the Accordance user family and getting to work alongside my now ex-colleagues. With that said, that time has come to an end, and now there's a new chapter in my life moving forward. And so with that, there are some adjustments that I have made moving forward. On the job front, it's possibly that I'll be taking on some type of role in cybersecurity next year, as well as I've also been tossing around the idea of starting my own IT consulting business so that I can serve people in a broader IT capacity. There's some other potential job opportunities as well that I'm in back and forth in different discussions on, and so just praying and seeing what the Lord is going to call me into in this next chapter in my life. I would like to still teach theology in online Bible college and seminary positions as well. because I went through a PhD program and got my degree, and I've always felt that the Lord has called me to do some teaching in theology. And so, as I've had discussions with some potential Bible colleges or seminaries that would hire me, many of these seminaries do run on Logos, very much as my Bible college and seminary did when I was in Bible college and seminary. So moving forward, I am spending more quality time in Logos itself. That's kind of becoming my main Bible software application that I'm using for my personal Bible study, and I'm also been really brushing up on my training in Logos in general, even though I'm pretty much a Logos expert. With the change to the subscription, some of the new AI features, and some of the new subscription features, I kind of wanted to brush up myself over these past weeks and get acquainted with a lot of the new features in Logos moving forward. I've been interacting more frequently and regularly on the Logos forums. Plus, I have been accepted as what's called a Logos MVP on the forums. Something I probably would have been offered earlier than now, but because I had taken the Accordance job earlier, I wasn't able to be offered it until now. But now I'm in a position to offer it, and I want to thank the Logos team for allowing me to be a Logos MVP on the forums, and I look forward to serving the Logos community well on interacting on the forums. And get to jump in there and hopefully be a blessing to others. And so I am thankful for that. I am going to be spending a lot of quality time in Logos. I've been watching some of John Fallahy's Learn Logos videos to kind of get me brushed up to speed with a lot of the latest going on with Logos. Because in Bible colleges and seminaries that I could be taking on some teaching positions moving forward, that is going to be the major area where I need to focus on being a good Logos expert and being able to use this tool in Bible college and seminary. With that said, I still own my Accordance library and my Accordance investment that I've had. I still have it running on my Mac and my iPhone and iPad. And I will still consult Accordance for either any Accordance exclusive features or modules that aren't in Logos, or if there's a workflow that I have down that I can just do quicker in Accordance than Logos, I would probably do the workflow in Accordance, although I'm also retraining myself to be able to work across both apps very smoothly. But it's still going to be a part of my toolbox. I have a major investment in Accordance. I still enjoy using the application. It was the tool I had trained on the biblical languages, and so I still plan to keep it as part of my Bible study toolbox and use it for specific tasks, especially biblical language exegesis tasks. Accordance has discussed the possibility of me doing some training webinars or videos for them outside the capacity as an Accordance employee. So I would not be returning to Accordance as an employee. I would still just be a Bible software user, but I could still be a guest presenter for a webinar or some videos in the future, and I'm praying about that to see if that's an area that I want to get involved in. Another area that I would still be using my Accordance library is John Fallahy at Learn Logos. And me and him may team up on an effort where I could produce some training videos or some webinars for him on Accordance to add to his Learn Logos store, kind of maybe in a Learn Accordance section that would kind of broaden out his store, kind of the way that Heath Putzel did with Learn Word Search a while back. So that's another option that I'm praying about and might be a useful option there. For the time being, I'm not going to be interacting on the Accordance forums or sending feedback there. I'm going to spend more of that time on the Logos forums because that's the main Bible app that I need to focus on for teaching positions in seminary. but there's still going to be times when I will use Accordance as well, and maybe get to have some training opportunities with it as well. Additionally, I'm not involved in the Accordance beta program. I have access to the beta license, the Faith Life group for Logos, but I'm not downloading the Logos beta either. I'm not even going to be beta testing Mac OS or iOS or any other operating systems, or pretty much not going to be beta testing software for a while moving forward. I've had to wipe all my machines clean when I left my weather job, because there was 20 years of buildup there. And so I've taken this opportunity to dramatically simplify my technology workflow, and just kind of put everything on more stable, non-beta software, and just simplify my life there. So I'm not going to be doing much beta testing, or probably any for the time being. But I will still have both Bible apps at my disposal. People had asked me if I was going to part with my Accordance library or not. At one time, I thought if finances got to the point where if I needed to, it might have been something I'd have to consider. Likely, though, I'm not going to need to do that at the time being. So this is where I'm at with my relationship with Bible software. I still use the YouVersion app daily for Bible reading and for prayer. I had New Bibles app a while back, but I have folded that into YouVersion because it's a more stable app there. Logos is going to be the app that I'm going to be spending a lot of time using in personal Bible study, interacting on the forums as an MVP. That's the one I would be using in the classroom in seminary and Bible college positions coming up, because that's the tool I've been asked to use if I do take on any teaching roles. But I still have my Accordance library. There will still be some biblical language exegesis tools that I will use with it, because that is the tool that I had trained in the biblical languages, and I can still whip that program around very easily for biblical language exegesis and still know it very comfortably. And it has a very easy to use interface, as you saw in some videos I did years ago. It presented very well on the screen with this easy to use interface, and I was able to whip it around very well in teaching those online courses. And I may have a couple of training opportunities where I'll get to use it as well. So that's the latest from Parker's podcast. And in the event I don't have a chance to record another podcast coming up, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And thank you for the opportunity for me to just spend a little bit of time talking about Bible software. And see you all later.